and brought to you by Sprite. It's the 2K pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal as the NBA season begins to pick up steam. Tonight, it's the Orlando Magic as they'll be playing against the Cleveland Cavaliers out at Quicken Loans Arena. Looking at the last game for Cleveland, it was a loss to the Raptors. They're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. The story of the summer. LeBron James leaves Miami, goes home to Cleveland, Shaq.
Yes, the King has returned. He said he wanted not just to lift the whole team, but the whole region, Ernie. He's back home. He's making an impact, something that's bigger than the game.
It was a huge story. Stop the presses, LeBron James going home. Let's go to Kevin Harlan.
This city is glowing on this wonderful, clear night. A terrific view of Cleveland right there. It's Eastern Conference time for the traveling Orlando Magic today. Well, what better way to spend a Monday night than with the 2K Sports team and the NBA. Welcome, everyone. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And back in action is Kyrie Irving. We're more than happy to have him back in the lineup. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So on the floor for Orlando, at the 2 and 3, it's Oladipo and Tobias Harris. Fry and Vucevic are the power forward and center. And it's Peyton in at point guard. 4 on the clock. Here's LeBron. And it's Orlando with the rebound. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Yeah, you want to talk about a team that just couldn't get into a rhythm offensively. That was a really ugly game for them.
Yeah, you know what? I wonder about the game plan, but really, it was more about a lack of execution than anything else.
Now, here's Oladipo after LeBron James's miss. Goes up on the high post. Oladipo misses. Victor Oladipo, the second overall pick in last year's draft out of Indiana, viewed as a can't-miss prospect for his combination of athleticism and work ethic and defensive potential. And you called a lot of his games in college, and now you see what he's doing as a pro.
Well, you know, he was also favored to win Rookie of the Year, and really like everything about Oladipo, Kevin. I mean, his attitude, his work ethic, his skill level. There was some question as to whether or not he was big enough to be a two-guard, and he's shown that he's actually fairly comfortable running the point. And his skill level is pretty good. We talked about him maybe being favored to win Rookie of the Year. That honor actually went to Michael Carter-Williams, NCW. But nonetheless, Oladipo had a strong first year.
Here's Peyton. Tristan Thompson picking up that last bucket. Here's Vucevic. That's in, coming off an assist from Peyton. Vucevic. Here's James. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Now let's find out what head coach Jacques Vaughn had to say to DB. Doris?
There are a lot of big names to deal with in this one, but perhaps none bigger than LeBron James. He told me planning for LeBron is a headache because he can do so much on the floor, saying there isn't a hole in his game. The only real way to slow him down is to get him working against himself. Physically, there is no answer for LeBron.
And thank you for that, Doris. Now Oladipo following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. And Fry kicks to Harris. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Peyton passes to Harris. 6 to shoot. Back to Peyton. Oladipo against Irving. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Victor Oladipo played for the same college coach as Dwayne Wade. And, you know, their games actually draw some comparisons. Both are 6'4", strong, huge wingspans, and explosive athletes with that ball handling ability. I think Oladipo has a great future.
And Oladipo, an all-around player. He can rebound, he can pass, and he can defend, even block shots.
Yeah, and again, you see the parallels with Dwayne Wade, although not as tall and not quite as long as Wade. His charisma and passion will remind you a bit of Dwayne Wade in terms of his game. And I like his name, too, Oladipo. That's a nice basketball name. You can do a lot with that when he gets going.
A little rhythm, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Here comes Oladipo.
There you go. There you
Oladipo.
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
The Cavs were an all-out mess last year. A lot of that was because of their depth. They just did not have the punch off the bench to keep leads or bring them back into games.
And with the Cavs, their score differential for their reserves really tells the story. Just way too many points given away when that second unit came onto the floor. It was something they needed to address in the offseason, and they did.
The first free throw is good. And for the Cavs, depth certainly won't be an issue this time around. A lot of changes and growth for them, resulting in a much deeper and talented roster.
And, you know, Kevin, people still underestimate the importance of having a strong bench. The Cavs really struggled with that last year, but with LeBron starting and pushing former starters to the bench, they'll be in a much stronger position.
Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
Boy, some would like to give Kyrie Irving the injury-prone label. I'm not sure if that's fair. Although in his first 3 seasons, he has yet to stay healthy start to finish.
Now, here's Oladipo. His last outing, he had 8 points. Stolen by Waiters. To the paint, here's James. And Oladipo pulls it down.
You see the defenders get out of his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the bucket, but not that time.
And for Kyrie, you know, he can play all 82, Steve, and put this all to rest, but when he goes to the IR as much as he has, it's a fair question to pose.
Well, that's what he's got to do, Kevin. He's got to put together a season or two where he plays, 75, 80, 82 games. Nothing else will put that label to rest, and it's just a matter of being able to do it. Some of it is luck, and some of it is maybe developing a more sound routine to help his body get through the year.
Harris with it. 14 points from him the last game against Miami. Out to Payton. Back to Harris. 5 on the clock. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk. No challenge from the defense there. Clark could have put that one through any way he wanted.
And I love the choice there, partner. Going hard to the hoop for that throwdown.
Yeah, that's invisible defense leading to a very visible finish.
Here's Waiters after the Magic pick up 2. And he gets it to go.
Defense just has to fight over the top of those screens.
Especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, he doesn't miss too many open shots.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. Dion Waiters going into last season working on playing off the ball, whether, catch and shoot, Steve, or coming off screens.
Yeah, he's most comfortable with the ball in his hands, but playing alongside Kyrie Irving, he's got to be more effective without the ball, working off those screens and learning to play with Irving.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Sean Marion, he's checked in for Varejao. Jones comes in for LeBron. Mike Miller's checked in for Waiters. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. Now here's Gordon. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. Shoots a fader, and the basket by Gordon.
And Waiters really has tried to emphasize staying on balance with his shot. Taking better shots, better quality shots within the offense. And we saw the results. There was an uptick in his percentages from the field and from long range as well.
Here is Miller following the score by Aaron Gordon. Thompson sets the pick for Miller. He feeds it to Dellavedova. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller. Dellavedova's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Another lead change. How many of these are we going to have?
I don't know, Steve, but the momentum of this game has certainly swung like a pendulum.
And Waiters still a volume scorer. To improve his efficiency, he's got to get that free throw percentage back up and become more consistent finishing inside. But he's a natural scorer. He certainly has the talent.
Offensive rebound. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
For Orlando, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. And that one falls for Nicholson.
Oh my gosh, I just got
Andrew
that.
Nicholson took a step backwards last season after a promising rookie campaign, and that can happen sometimes for any number of reasons. His scoring rate and field goal percentage dropped. And scoring is supposed to be his calling card, but that second year in the league, sometimes teams adjust to you and you do take a step back.
Now, here's Ridnour. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. But Trey, the shot by Harkless, no good. Here's Dellavedova. Dishes to Jones. Here's Miller. Nails the baby hook. Miller's got his first 2 points of the night. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
Yeah, good one here, guys. This is going to be fun to watch. 2 evenly matched teams, both teams playing hard.
This Friday, November 28th, Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers take on Dwight Howard and the Houston Rockets. Don't miss it.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. What stands out to you from the Cavaliers in this one?
It's been beautiful basketball to watch, guys. Really sharing and moving the ball, and as a result, they've got a great flow going.
Hand in glove, 5 guys working as one. The power of the fist, we call it. They've racked up a bunch of assists.
Here's Ridnour. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
You know, there's really not a polite way to say this or a way to sugarcoat it. The Magic were simply terrible on the road last year and ended with the worst record in the league in terms of road wins.
Lucas is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. Then there's Marion. Then it's Thompson. And it's Miller in at the 3 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. Now here's Marion. After Mo Harkless's miss, back to Marion. Clock at 6. And it's Miller penetrating. Can't hit from 12. As you guys said, the Magic, the worst road team in the league last year. Steve, only 4 wins for them away from home.
Yeah, I mean, even if they doubled that, I mean, that's a pathetic total. But the Magic, look, they expected to struggle. This is the beginning of a rebuilding project, and they are gaining some good young talent year in and year out. I think within the next couple of years, they've got a chance to be a good team.
Here's Marion, following the basket by Ben Gordon. Thompson sets the pick for Miller. Ball's knocked loose. It's Marion with the drive. Up again, and Thompson slams it home. No shortage of drama here early on.
Well, neither team can grasp control of this thing. I mean, both teams trying to get a hold of it.
What do you think, Steve?
Well, yeah, 8 lead changes already. I mean, that's a big number this early in the game. So we're in for a treat tonight. This is a competitive matchup.
Here's Harkless. Tristan Thompson picking up that last bucket. And Gordon gets it to go in on the assist by Mo Harkless. Gordon's got 5 points now this quarter. The Cavaliers trailing. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid Payton has some very noticeable hair on the floor. He said the story behind it is as follows. Me and my teammates in high school agreed we wouldn't cut our hair the entire season until we won a state championship. We wound up losing in the semifinals, but I liked what it was doing and just let it keep growing and growing. Guys, will it ever end?
We'll see if it does. Thanks, Doris. Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Thompson. James comes in for Miller. Dion Waiters checked in for Matthew Dellavedova. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for John Lucas. The Magic have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Payton dishes to Oladipo. Back to Payton. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Harris. Sinks that one from the post. Harris has got the lead. Back up to 2 now for the Magic. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, their last game a loss to the Raptors.
They found themselves up against a hot team that night, Kevin, and they just didn't have the manpower defensively to shut them down.
You know, guys, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed us. They never strung together any stops like they needed to.
Sean Marion with one of the most unorthodox shooting motions that I've ever seen. It's all wrist. And kind of shot from underneath his chin. Doesn't even extend his elbow, but he's figured it out. He's made it work for him, and he's become an effective scorer.
Now, here's Fry. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Oladipo for 3. Second chance effort. And the layup is up and in. Fry's got the lead up to 2 now for Orlando.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
Varejao with a screen on Harris. The drive by LeBron. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Good job there by Varejao setting that screen.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already.
And Marion last season, despite that unconventional shot of his, kind of like a push shot put, was effective from long range, shooting around 36% on over 2 3-point field goal attempts per game.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, over the break, I listened in on Jacques Vaughn's huddle. He laid out their priorities for them, which began with his admonition that offensively, they attack the basket at every opportunity. He also wants to see a patient offense, work for the shot, move the ball around, and as he told them, quote, if you don't see a good shot, find someone who does. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Orlando with the ball, following the score by Cleveland. Harris misses off the left iron. And guys, from Marion, his strength offensively remains moving off the ball and Steve finishing around the rim.
Oh yeah, great in transition and in the half court, makes good cuts to the paint. He's a utility defender, can guard any one of a number of players and positions on a nightly basis.
Now here's Oladipo, following the miss by Sean Marion. Harris kicks to Payton. Back to Harris. Harris, right side. Cans the 12-footer. Harris has got 4 this quarter.
A nice piece of work there. Find a little space and pull the trigger.
For Cleveland, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. James, the pass to Marion. It's LeBron with the drive.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them. That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
Yeah, until they do, the problems inside are only going to get worse.
Jones checked in for Sean Marion. Evan Fournier's checked in for Orlando. Free throw, no good for James.
Well, last year LeBron mentioned that he was jealous of Durant's shot totals. Just an offhanded remark by him, but it did open up some speculation by what he meant.
Now, here is Irving. He's coming off a 16-point game against Toronto.
Kyrie Irving, clearly a player who's dreamed of greatness from a very young age. Going back to the 4th grade, he wrote, "I'm going to the NBA," and he wrote it across the back wall of his closet. And while it was hidden behind his clothes, it certainly wasn't far from his head or his heart.
And Irving still wanted to write down goals. He used to write them in a notebook he still keeps. Now he'll write them down in his phone. All part of setting his sights high and dreaming big.
And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. And for Irving, just like those words in the back of his closet stayed hidden, his great talent stayed hidden for a long time as well.
Yeah, it didn't really dominate until his senior year of high school, Kevin. Only 11 games he played at Duke. It might seem he was an overnight sensation in the NBA, but in truth, he spent a lifetime laying the foundation for his game.
Both free throws good for Irving. Well, the Cavaliers largely underachieved last season. A big part of that was constantly dealing with distractions the entire season, it seemed.
Yeah, it certainly appeared that way. It was always something with players fighting in-house or items getting leaked to the media and causing things to get stirred up. It's very hard when those distractions are circulating for you to be effective.
Now, here's Oladipo, averaging 14 points a game. For Cleveland, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. James dishes to Waiters. Back to James. And then jammed down as he goes right over Nikola Vucevic.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
Man, I like that. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in, but I say put as much as you can on the finish and get your teammates going.
Here's Oladipo, the Cavaliers making the shot. Here's Fournier. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. Here comes Kyrie Irving. And good on the basket. Book it.
Man, a gaping hole in the defense that time, and he didn't waste any time getting through it.
Second quarter ends in a tight one. Cavaliers lead by 4. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
Orlando has their hands full guarding against Irving.
He's got 8 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And that may not be the first thing people notice about his performance, but those are important points nonetheless.
And it's the Magic with the ball, trailing by 4. So on the floor for Orlando. At the 2 and 3, it's Oladipo and Tobias Harris. Ryan Vucevic are the power forward and center. And it's Peyton in at the point guard. Now, here's Oladipo. Just 5 to shoot. Inside to Vucevic. That is good. Vucevic has got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Magic. Cavaliers shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. The
Nikola Vucevic, one of the best rebounders in the league at both ends of the floor, a rate that would put him top 10 over a full season.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
Oh, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
Here's Harris following the basket by Kyrie Irving, and he gets it to go. Harris has got 8. And Vucevic, a key player for the Magic. He missed a number of games with a concussion midway through last season, and without him, they really struggled.
Yeah, it was a tough season for the team overall, but he's clearly making an impact for them because he gives you good effort at both ends, and he's more than capable as a scorer and rebounder.
Here are the Magic now, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. LeBron outside. The pass to Waiters. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. And now a 7-point Cleveland lead.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. This game against Cleveland is the first time they've met this season.
And just to talk about last season, guys, not only did they have trouble with the top teams, they couldn't even beat these guys. I mean, they didn't do it once.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Now, here's Oladipo. He has 5. He dishes it to Harris. Out to Payton. Back to Harris. 6 to shoot. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It really lets the air out of your season when you, Clark, can't chalk up a win against another team that's down in the doldrums.
Yeah, that is frustrating for you. I'm sure everybody wants to put all that behind them, and it's a new season now. Tobias Harris, a combo forward, originally drafted by the Bucks out of Tennessee. I love his game. He does a little bit of everything and does it all well. He can handle it. He shoots it a bit from outside. Not sure what his best position is going forward, but he's a quality player.
And Harris, to this point in his career, has fared better defending small forwards. But Stevie continues to get stronger.
Yeah, I think that's, kind of what should help him inside as he continues to grow defensively. The stronger you are, the more effective you're going to be against those fours. And I think ultimately you'll be able to see Harris guard a lot of the fours in this league, particularly the stretch fours. Well, Tobias Harris missing the first month and a half of last season with a high ankle sprain, and once he returned, it took him a while to get back into form, but Magic are hoping he can be a big piece for them moving forward.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
And Harris now in his 4th season already, but still just 22 years old. Came into the league young, but has added some muscle to his frame, and he's an underrated athlete. This guy's a really good all-around player. He had a 38-inch vertical at the NBA Combine a few years back.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. On the wing, James. Back to Thompson. The kick out to Irving. And another 3 for Cleveland.
Well, it's been a great start for this offense here in the second half. 4 for 4.
The Magic trail by 8. You guys talk about Harris's athleticism. Steadily improving too, Steve, as a rebounder.
In the opportunity for big minutes in Orlando, they bought out Glenn Davis last season, freeing up minutes for Harris to take that next step.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Blatt said to the team. He told Kyrie Irving that he wants their offense to run through him. When Coach addressed the guys in the huddle, his message was clear. Quote, he's who we want getting the bulk of the touches. He is who we want making our decisions. He also said he wants them going hard to the boards at both ends of the floor, not just the defensive backboards. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
And as always, Doris, thank you. And Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And Cleveland making a change here. Marion's checked in, and the Magic making a change here as well. Gordon's checked in. Cleveland with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Irving drives in. Here's Marion. Off target with his 3. The Magic trail by 10.
a theme that has unfortunately come up for this Orlando franchise is their inability to keep a franchise talent for long. Of course, you think both about Shaq and Dwight Howard and their exits.
Now Irving. He's got 17. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Shoots off the screen. No good off the back of the rim. For Orlando, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. The feed to Gordon. Lets it go with the 3. There's the bucket. Good. And now just a 5-point Cavalier lead. And about Orlando and their stars, is it better, Clark, to have had stars and lost them, or to never have had stars at all on your team?
Well, it's a different kind of heartache, that's for sure. I think you'd rather have them and lose them than not to have them at all. But Orlando has seen a lot of success for how long they've been a franchise. They'd like to be able, though, looking ahead, to keep that next star that's wearing a Magic uniform right now.
Now, here's Oladipo after LeBron James's miss. Here's Vucevic, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Vucevic has got 4 points now in the quarter. The Cavaliers leading by 3. Irving up top, guarded by Oladipo. The drive by James misses off the right iron.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much. Excellent, really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Now, here is Irving after the miss from Ben Gordon. And LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Irving. And that's now 9 points for LeBron. The Magic trail by 6. It's Oladipo on the wing. He's covered by Irving. Vucevic setting the pick for Oladipo. Kicks it to Fry. 5 to shoot. Harris. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
LeBron against Harris. LeBron kicks to Waiters. Marion, a screen on Gordon. Here's Waiters. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Waiters got 9.
That's just a case of 2 teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
And here's Oladipo. 5 points in the game. Pass to Fry. And it's off from 3-point range. Waiters with the ball. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the 4th.
And to me, it looks pretty clear on the instant replay, guys. The ball was out of his hands in time. I mean, they need to get this one right. It's a big situation here.
Yeah, I can't see how they'd come to any other conclusion, Clark. The camera gives us a good look at it. There's a tick or 2 left on the clock.
And the official call is in. It's ruled a basket. They're overturning the original call after looking at the replay.
And, Kevin, this is exactly why we have this rule. And I think they made a great decision putting the rule in. The main thing is you want to get it right. And they definitely got this one right looking at the replay.
Tune in Tuesday, November 25th. Paul Millsap and the Atlanta Hawks take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. Live from Verizon Center. Big time hoops coming your way.
And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
This was an exceptional pass, guys, and we see the result. Hits him in stride, and bam, the slam dunk.
The Cavaliers leading by 8. They've got Mike Miller. Anderson Varejao is out there with Marion. Then it's John Lucas, and it's Dellavedova in at the 2 spot. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Count the bucket.
Boy, the deeper we get into this game, the more offense we're seeing.
And that goes for both teams, Steve. Everybody firing on all cylinders right now.
Gordon with a screen on Lucas. Over in the corner, Harkless. Shot no good, and Cleveland will come the other way. Here is Lucas. They set the pick. Left side, Miller. Left side, Miller. 6 to shoot. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. And it's Dellavedova missing. The Magic trail by 10. And Harkless slams it in.
I'd say that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, it sure did. A good job getting it started and a better job finishing it off.
Now here's Lucas. He kicks to Marion. With the shot. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Nicholson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. The dish to Fournier. Goes up the baseline, and he gets the bucket. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this 4th quarter. Timeout called, Cleveland.
Elfrid Payton out of the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, which normally is not a feeder school for the NBA. He didn't get the same level of exposure that some of his contemporaries got, but his size and athleticism at the point guard spot is really hard to ignore. He's one of the real sleepers in this year's draft, and as I like to say, it doesn't make any difference where you play. If you have game, it will travel.
Vucevic checked in for the Magic. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on David Blatt's huddle. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
And Payton shot up draft boards, ended up going number 10. The Magic hoping he's their starting point guard for the future.
Love what this guy brings to the table. I know he was unheralded and not highly visible coming out of Louisiana Lafayette, but this guy can dribble it, he can pass it, he's got really good ability to defend, excellent athleticism. This guy will be in the running for Rookie of the Year in my opinion.
Nice comment. On the clock. Here's Dellavedova. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, they'll give him that shot. He doesn't have the most reliable jump shot in the world. We know that.
Shot is good, and the Cavaliers lead cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Payton. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Dellavedova, the pass to Lucas. Marion, a screen on Payton. Gordon against Marion. Lock at 6. Now Varejao inside. Rebound by the Magic. Gordon's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Fournier. Here's Vucevic. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
He is not going to stop battling until that final whistle blows. What a putback.
The Cavaliers leading by 4. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. Lucas kicks to Marion. Poke loose, and that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession. A different look now for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Miller. Dion Waiters comes in for Matthew Dellavedova, and it's Kyrie Irving in for John Lucas. Orlando also making some changes. Channing Frye's checked in for Gordon, and it's Victor Oladipo in for Fournier. On the wing, Marion, defended by Harkless. Clock at 4. Irving double team. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. Irving's got 11 points here in just the second half. The Magic trail by 6. Payton outside. Vucevic a screen on Waiters. Oladipo misses.
Gotta like the defense not quitting on the play and getting a hand in the face.
Sure do. With a tough defender breathing down your neck, that makes it not an easy shot.
Very clever passing. That was just beautifully done.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're behind by 8. 1:53 left in the fourth quarter of this one. James checked in for the Cavaliers. And a switcher also for Orlando. Tobias Harris is checked in for Maurice Harkins. .153 left to play in the final quarter. Harris outside. Back to Payton. Up top, Oladipo. He's guarded by Waiters. 6 to shoot. Here's Harris. Waiters grabs the miss. Waiters got rebound number 5 here tonight. Outside Irving. Pass to Thompson. Back to Irving. James wide open. Here's Thompson. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send them to the free throw line. Don't give them an easy 2.
No easy buckets inside. Force free throws and work to keep them out of the lane next time around.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
Well, they're getting into the paint with their penetration, and it's really been key for this club.
Another thing they've done tonight well is share the ball. So many of their points have come off of good, crisp passes.
And so Thompson nails both. The Magic trail by 10. Harris dishes to Oladipo. From 11 feet away. Good on the shot. 1:03 left in the game. Cleveland's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. On the wing, Irving. Irving double team. Cleveland moving it around. 5 on the clock. Waiters gets a wide open look. The Cavaliers again can't hit. The Magic have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Here's Oladipo. Can't cash in from close range.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. James in the post, guarded by Fry. James with the bucket.
Terrific job taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And Steve, I thought those home fans gave this team a big lift all game. A lot of positive energy in the building.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They trail by 10. There's 18 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Well, this one's out of reach, so I'm not sure why they're calling the timeout here. Maybe just to try to work on something, maybe an out-of-bounds play or something.
Well, they might as well talk about what movies they want to see or what they want to surf on the internet because this one's done. Clearly, a defensive breakdown there, guys. They didn't play them close enough on the inbound and then gave up the triple.
Now Jones feeds it to Dellavedova. We see the Cavaliers get the win here. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, what do you think about the trend right now for this basketball team in these last few games?
We got better today. That's the most important thing. We got better. We didn't take a step backwards like we did in our last 2 games. So, we're happy about that.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us. as Jordan presents our player of the game, Kyrie Irving.